I personally say, even if you have no plans to visit the UK at this present time, just go ahead and complete this authorization, because you'll just pay your $13. It's valid for 3 years. And now when you do have London on your itinerary, you don't have to worry about any turnaround times or any, trying to rush to make sure that this is completed. So if you have a moment, download the app, just get it done and move on from it. But this is officially in effect as of January 8th, 2025. So we're a couple weeks now of seeing this be a thing.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Hey. Welcome to another episode of Travel,
Fly,
Sexy. I'm your co-host, Natasha Terrell, owner of Travel Goddess International.
And I'm your co-host, Sincerely Jasmine, founder of Boss Babes Love Brunch.
Period. Happy New Year.
It's 2025, y'all.
It's super-de-duper 2025.
I'm dead, Tosh. It is indeed 2025.
I'm so excited. We took a couple of weeks, guys. Thank you for letting us be great with our new year.
Breathe a little bit.
New us, refreshed. We're back on set. And it's time to give y'all the tea.
Period.
So this episode is actually all about a lot of the travel updates that we have been discovering that are either now in effect or upcoming in the year 2025.
Yes.
There's a lot of changes, mostly for the better of, your traveling experience, but some that may add a layer.
A little complicated.
Yeah. So we just wanted to take the first episode of the year to go over some of these updates and make sure that you're best prepared.
Absolutely.
When you go outside.
Period. Because it's 2025, we outside.
Okay? Because if you wasn't in 2023 and you wasn't in 2024, but you was listening to us, we still love you.
But this year is the year.
But this is the time, all right? So before we jump into all of that, of course, a little bit of gotta smell from our inbox to yours. What's going on in the world of travel, Jazz?
Yeah, so I was a little triggered by this one. No, I'm kidding. Not really, but it's interesting. So there is a new term that has been keyed in the travel industry, specifically on the planes, which we are referring to as seat squatting. Seat squatters. So if squatters are, when it comes to houses or properties, it's people who go in and just live or occupy space without paying for it. So in this instance, you're occupying a seat without paying for it. So we all know, well, if you don't know, now you know, most airlines charge for seats now.
Yeah.
Across the board. Our American, Delta, a lot of them are charging you to get a good seat.
Yep.
And obviously you're going to get a seat. You're paying for a ticket. But it's giving Spirit Frontier style where you'll get assigned a seat or you can pick certain seats. But if you want a premium seat, exactly, you have to pay for it. And it can be a little pricey.
Depending on the airline.
Yeah. So these seat squatters are people who don't pay for a seat, but they get on a plane and watch how things pan out. And they're like, I'm going to take a window seat. Or I want a whole row. So I'm going to just move over on that side instead of this row where I should be. And yeah, they are trying to crack down on that.
My level of jaw drop when I read this and just realized that this is an actual thing is wild, because I just think I'm such a rule follower, and low key, I hate that for me a little bit. I could, stand to break a little rule or two, but I'm always just I don't want no smoke.
Yeah, especially in the air.
Right. I don't want to lose my rights in any capacity. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm never even thinking about, let me go sit somewhere else without approval. Granted, I definitely will ask the flight attendant,
if you could,
what it's looking like over there.
Yeah.
Is there an empty row? Am I cool? And 9 times out of 10, they will let you know. Once we get up in the air, I can move you about.
Absolutely.
But before we take off, I actually need you in your assigned seats for the balancing of the weight.
Yes, I was just about to say that.
On this aircraft, you idiot.
Yeah.
Because what weight
balance
doing?
is a thing.
It is.
So you are assigned seats, particularly, especially when there are those empty seats for a reason, to kind of have that weight balance when you go in the air, especially if it's a semi-empty flight.
Yes.
They have you in certain seats for a reason. However, I am guilty. I'm like, this is where Tasha and I differ. I think I just did this
my gosh,
like a few flights ago, and I was like sitting on an end seat, which I hate. I don't know, like I'm just a window seat girl, obviously. So I was sitting on an end seat, and there was a gentleman sitting in the middle seat, and I don't think there was someone in the window seat. So like at this point, we're like just doing what we're supposed to do. But then they like, oh, boarding is complete.
Yes.
And we looked at each other. I'm like, we might as well get a row to ourselves. So I moved over. And I like, told the flight attendant, and she's like, that's fine. But yeah, I'm a little guilty.
Yeah, but you told the flight attendant.
Yeah, I told her after though. I'm not gonna lie. I told her after.
With the courtesy of still like, hey, I just want to let you know.
Yeah,
like these people sound like they are taking matters in their own hand, and I dare you to tell me to move.
And also, I think the intention is we all see those prices when we book. And it's like, if you want that seat, because it's times where I'm just like, I know that this is a longer flight. I'm going to just pay for this seat to be comfortable, you know? So it's like, we know it. And some of us really be trying to get away where it's like, I want the exit seat. You cannot do that.
The
like,
exit row is definitely crazy.
In the exit row, knowing that it costs $119.
The exit row is definitely wild.
That's insane.
Now you really bold.
But you can get locked in with the flight attendant, because I've gotten moved to the exit row before. So.
For sure. I feel you. I do, because
Tosh is not a rule breaker.
Okay, now, but when you say that, when you were talking, I was also thinking about myself, and then realizing I do have my fair share of seat selections without cost because of my airline.
I was thinking
status.
that too when you said that. I was like, you can kind of pick the better seats regardless. So you're going to be in those first few rows.
I am.
Like, anyway.
So I thought about that too.
Yeah.
But then I also thought about before I was a status bearer, I was still a rule follower.
Yeah. I get it. But I'm definitely going to be comfortable.
But yes, if it's a long flight.
Yeah.
And I know like just now coming back from, recently coming back from Peru, the flight was 8 hours. I'm like, all right.
And that's
because it wasn't my traditional airline.
Exactly. And that's where I'm going to consider paying anyway, because it's like, it's 8 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm not about to argue with these people. Also, you risk the plane being full and you just not getting a better option. So if you need a better seat, just pay for it.
That part.
Just pay for it.
That part is twofold as well, because also, guys, just because you booked that flight on that aircraft,
that seat
not mean no, the seat you will get ish, and I'll get to that in a moment. But I mean, like, just because you booked this flight does not mean you're going to get on this flight.
That's true.
And this just happened recently to my clients, and I was like, oh, okay, so they're really doing this. So essentially what happened was, yes, we all know that aircrafts get oversold. Yeah. Because they basically bank on the fact that people are going to miss their flight.
That's insane to bank on that.
So they're basically getting a little bit extra money up front.
Don't let me be the extra, please.
Right. Well, in this instance, everyone showed up for this flight.
Right.
So then what they started doing was bumping the people
to the next flight
who didn't choose their seat. Oh. Yes. So they were bumping the people who didn't select a seat.
Because in their mind, it's like, if you didn't select the seat, you were kind of chancing if you were coming or not. Anyway,
whatever their logic was, those were the first people to get bumped. Yes. Dang. On this oversold flight. So my clients did not choose their seats. And originally I usually will choose seats for them, but they were like, oh, I think we're going to upgrade to first class. So like, don't worry about it. Yeah. And they didn't have any status. So it would have cost them to choose those seats. So I didn't do it for them. Child, they got bumped because they didn't choose a seat. They were like, it was a few people. So this also goes to say, like, you can chance it, but you could also
chance your flight. Yes. Yeah. No, I thought you were going to mention like seat reassignment, because sometimes they do overbook.
They do that too.
And it's like, okay, well, this person has status over you. So if you selected this seat, but they have status, you might get a reassignment to the next available seat.
Because didn't that happen to Juvenile on American Airlines?
Yes. That's exactly what I was thinking.
They said you got to get out of first class.
He was pissed.
That was nuts.
Yeah, I would have been mad too though. Like, come on.
Yes.
Like, it's me.
Like, Juvie, baby.
People be playing. That's crazy.
So much to consider as it pertains to seats. But
Yes, just pick your seat, pay for your seat when you book your flight.
Please. And don't squat in my seat, baby, because I'm going to make a scene.
I'm there. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Don't get off the flight for making a scene.
Oh, no. I'm going to do like Drake. I'm going to do the formal complaint. I'm going to hit you in your pockets. Like,
y'all are crazy. Not a cop.
I am not. I'm going to do.
I'm going to the pilot. Actually, can you run those seats? Can you check those?
Check the manifest.
I'm dead.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Love it. All right. So let's jump into the 2025 travel updates because there's a ton.
It's so many. It's crazy.
There's a lot. And I'll be honest, even as a frequent traveler, this is a lot.
This is a lot. I actually had a client wake me up this morning, 5 a.m. because of just these updates and like, oh, do I have to fill this out or what do I got to do exactly? So yeah, please, we're going to tell you now so you're not calling your travel agent at 5 a.m. Because I'm like, oh, I get it.
Yes,
like,
yes.
But it is 5 a.m.
Give me till 6.
So, but the flight was at 6.
Oh,
so,
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I need you on this line now.
Yeah, absolutely. So the girls of 𝗓𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂💂
Before we jump into today's episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
And make sure that you're following us on Instagram and TikTok at 𝗓𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂.
And of course, if you have a product or service that you'd like to see featured on an upcoming episode of Travel Fly Sexy, shoot us an email at info@travelflysexy.com.
Now let's get back into the episode. So the first one is actually interesting because this kind of like made me change my mind about doing like a stopover in London because I'm like, I don't got time for this extra stuff.
That's a good point,
not
though.
right now.
That's a good point.
So I opted out of that. But UK has implemented a ETA requirement.
Mm-hmm.
So ultimately, if you're visiting the UK at all, you have to complete this. This registration.
Yeah.
And it's a $13 per person fee.
Yeah, it comes out to about $12.60, approximately $13.
Yep. And it can be done online. I do believe they have an app as well.
They do.
And it's kind of like a certificate. So you have it for 3 years. So, you know, if you plan on traveling frequently or whatever, it's kind of like a one and done type of thing, which is nice.
Yeah.
Because usually these type of things are like something you have to do every time upon entry. So just something new to take in consideration. $13, which I mean isn't much, but again, it's that extra layer of like I gotta do something. I gotta do this, and now I gotta show this, and London's airport is already a headache. So yeah. Yeah.
That's why I wouldn't go there for a stopover. Nothing to do with the electronic travel authorization, aka ETA. It's just because they suck in that airport.
They not nice.
Many horror stories in that airport.
Yeah, I just did a layover there, and they were not the nicest people.
How did you do it? Oh, that's because you were checking a bag.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because no, if you have a carry-on, do not lay over
in
that airport. They will take all of your stuff.
They took my cousin's cologne. Which was just crazy because, like, obviously when you think when I leave, I have this, but it's like you have to understand every country has different, you know, requirements. So if it would have been checked, it would have been fine. But he had it with them going, so he had it with them because we had a little long travel. You know, we just had like little refreshment bags. Yeah, and I'm like, dang, that sucks.
Yep. So London, no.
Yeah. I didn't understand.
Well, this is specifically LHR.
Yes.
Because if you go through Gatwick, which is LGW, then
it's a little bit better.
Okay.
Yeah,
like,
this was
not
Heathrow.
Taking all your stuff. But Heathrow,
they don't play it. They don't care.
Nevertheless,
do.
This UK ETA requirement is across the board.
Yeah, anywhere you go in the UK, exactly. So,
and it's not a visa, contrary to what the information that was shared last year was stating. It is an electronic travel authorization that basically says you have authorization to be in and around the UK for this particular amount of travel time.
Exactly. And I'm sure they'll ask, like, you know, whether you're here for business, leisure. It's very similar to like the forms that we fill out for entry for Mexico, Jamaica, different Caribbean
like
countries.
a customs kind of document, but an added layer.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I personally say, even if you have no plans to visit the UK at this present time, just go ahead and complete this authorization, because you'll just pay your $13. It's valid for 3 years. And now when you do have London on your itinerary, you don't have to worry about any turnaround times or any, you know, trying to rush to make sure that this is completed. So if you have a moment, download the app, just get it done and move on from it. But this is officially in effect as of January 8th, 2025. So we're a couple weeks now of seeing this be a thing.
I'm curious to see how it'll be layered into like the customs process, or, you know, where it'll be implemented and like how much time it'll add to your experience.
I feel like it'll be similar to like the visa process, where they check it even before letting you on the aircraft.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
at the airport before you depart like your country.
Yeah.
So like, for instance, when we were going to Cuba,
exactly, where you gotta go
in Miami,
exactly,
before we were able to board the flight. That's probably, but again, I don't know, because I haven't done it.
That's why, like you said, it's just kind of better safe than sorry. Even if you do have like a layover or something, it might just be better to just get it done.
Yeah, because it does specify, even if you have a layover, you need this. If you are stepping foot in the UK whatsoever, you need this. Yeah. Next up on the 2025 travel update list, we did a whole episode about it.
It's finally coming.
But it's coming May 7th, 2025.
Fingers low-key crossed, though, because if it doesn't come, I'm going to be mad.
Oh, I'm going to revisit that piece of content, and I'm going to go back in those comments and re-tussle, but it's okay.
I'm dead.
Because what else do I have to do?
They really be eating us up.
Nevertheless, the Real ID Act, guys, okay?
Yep.
Please make sure that before May 7th of this year, you go to the DMV and apply for your Real ID, okay? Your current ID, if it doesn't have that star in whatever way, shape, or form, check it based on your state. If it doesn't have that, then it's not considered a Real ID. It also literally will say not a Real ID.
Yeah, mine literally says not.
Mine says it as well. Which means if you don't have it, then if you are traveling domestically, you will need to have a passport or a passport card or some type of additional identification that is approved for domestic travel.
Yep.
So your regular old ID and or driver's license won't be valid for domestic
in
travel.
your state.
That's it. Just valid for you to drive that car and drink those drinks.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Other than that, you ain't going nowhere with it.
That's a good one.
Unless it's a Real ID. So please make sure that y'all just do your due diligence. Please.
It's happening May 7th.
But again, I hope that it actually happens.
Yeah, I'm like, honestly, 10 years, like, this is crazy.
Like, come on now.
I don't understand why y'all playing.
Nothing else.
Like, all right. To the point where our IDs say not a Real ID, but they're still not a Real ID. So I'm just like, okay.
And by this point, if you got it when they told you, you got to get a new one. It's expired.
Like, so y'all just printing out all these not Real IDs, but no Real IDs. Okay. It's fine.
Right.
Something that's a little bit more positive. Thailand, which is a very popular destination, has been super popular for these last few years. They are implementing this program called Ease Entry. So ultimately just making it easier for people to enter Thailand. So it's a e-visa. And it just makes making traveling through Thailand and to Thailand a little bit easier. They're also going to be rolling out an ETA later this year as well, similar to the UK. But all those details haven't fully been put out there yet.
Right. But I mean, just the fact that they have the e-visa now is progress.
Yeah.
You know, and because, Lord, I haven't even visited a country yet where I had to like go through the long visa process.
Yeah.
Like I've been very grateful, I guess, to be able to have e-visas
To
available.
more, yeah.
And that really does make a difference.
Yeah.
Like I can just get online, apply, and be approved.
You got it on your phone. But yeah, they hadn't gotten to that point of fully. And I think also just tourism wasn't really there. Maybe 10 years ago to even have to focus on building out the technology for something like that.
Absolutely.
But now it's like, oh, y'all want to be here. We got to make it easy for y'all.
Be here real bad.
We want y'all to be here. So they're like, anything to keep y'all coming. We're
going to make it easy.
Just fill out the link. You don't got to talk to us when you get here. Just show the little screenshot. We're going to make it on our way. And come back next time.
Right. You know what?
And I love that for them.
I had to check myself because when you said come back next time, I immediately thought of the Chinese store.
I knew you was about to say that. I mean,
and I was like,
same type of service.
You know, but I was like, and I haven't been to Thailand, but I'm going for the first time this year. I don't think that they have like Chinese store accents.
I don't think so either.
I don't think they do.
I've been watching a lot of Bali content because a lot of people are moving to
Ricky cracking up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sorry, y'all. We haven't been. So, but I have been watching a lot of content of people moving over there because apparently it's so reasonable. And I think also that's another reason why they're making these digital ways of traveling here, so you can have a electronic visa for a certain period of time if you want to come here for, a year or two, because a lot of people are doing that. But all that to say, they sound pretty American.
Yeah, they
they have very, I don't know. I'm like, their accents aren't heavy from what I've seen. So
maybe that's why people are moving. They feel more at home.
Yeah, that could be it.
I'll find out. I'll let you guys know.
Well, that's only certain parts of Thailand.
Bangkok. Now in Bangkok, they do got that little bit of that little twang.
Yeah, I don't even like saying that word.
I love that word. But
too much for me.
Honestly, I fell in love, if you will, with that word from Hangover 2. When they were... And then I can't say it. I would love a
hangover moment this year. We should go to Vegas.
What?
Random, but
the level of shock. Like, why didn't you ask me this 10 years ago? You want to do this now?
I mean, not that extreme, obviously. Look, Ricky, it could be that extreme.
The bed.
I'm like, the bed on the roof. Get a nice little tan. It has to be not the summertime though. Last time I went to Vegas,
is brutal.
It was like July.
It's brutal.
No, but
the desert.
TFS hangover coming soon.
You think you know a person? How did we get here? Nevertheless, that's why I love Bangkok, and they do kind of have a little bit of an Asian type of thing going on, twang there. Nevertheless, next up on the 2025 travel updates list. Now, this one I'm going to read, guys, because it's a lot of words.
It's a lot of words.
So the European Union, they're calling it the ETIAS, which stands for the European Travel Information and Authorization System.
It just sounds complicated already.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm just not looking forward to it. Jeez.
Lord, the most. All right. So... Currently, this is projected to go into effect in May, so you do have some time. But I thought it was interesting that the UK went ahead and started theirs, and then the EU is still kind of waiting, because originally last year it was all supposed to be
under
at the same time, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. UK's is in effect. The UE again, which is the European Union, so all the countries that are a part of the European Union will be under, or will have to, follow this ETIAS rule, which is basically...
ETIAS is crazy.
I don't know how to say it.
You're that's very well.
That's what it looks like. Nevertheless, it is a pre-travel authorization that applies to visitors from visa-exempt countries, i.e. the United States.
AKA us.
Yeah, AKA us. So, similar to the UK travel authorization, you have to get approval to visit any of the countries that are within the European Union, which is a lot of your favorites.
Yes.
A lot of your favorites.
Absolutely.
So please do not sleep on this. Once they implement this, get on it because you will be denied at the border and you trying to go to Greece on your summer vacation.
Is crazy. Oh my God. That gives me so much anxiety.
It should, honestly. This is intense.
Yeah, that's like literally and like you said, it's interesting that they didn't roll it out at the same time, because when I saw the UK thing being rolled out, I'm like, okay, cool. So maybe they're not maybe they on their real ID type time and they're just not gonna do it.
Like, one could hope.
I mean, yeah, we got till May, but we'll see.
But this one is interesting because it has segments of time where you're approved. So I think once you get approved, then you have, I want to say it's 9 to 18 months.
Oh, to travel.
Yes.
Oh, so it's kind of like the opposite of the 3-year thing.
Yeah, like it has some layers to it. So I'm still looking into it. I'm still researching it, but basically you're going to need it if you want to do your European vacation.
Ugh, that's so complicated.
Yeah, it is a little bit layered. But again, do it. Get it done, and then that way when it's time to board the flight or when it's a few days before, all you got to worry about is your nails, your hair, your lashes, not just your authorization.
Like, I'm just a girl. Like, how am I supposed to do all of this preparation?
It's too much. That's why we're doing this episode, because I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah. I'm like, Jesus, fix it.
Yeah.
Where else can I go?
It's crazy. Right. Like, can I go somewhere that's not doing it? But it's Europe. So, like, what? No.
And like, I encourage you guys, if you're listening or watching, look up European Union and you will see the list of all the countries. And you're probably going to be like, that's a part of it? Yes, girl. Mm-hmm. Your faves.
Yeah, all our faves.
All our faves.
This list is extensive. So you might as well get your pen and paper out.
Yeah, like have you on take notes on this episode.
Especially if any of these places are on your travel docket for this year. Yeah. Just to get prepared, because these are things to think about. Next on the list, we talked about this before, a positive thing. Mm-hmm. You don't even have to go anywhere. Online passport renewal. Yeah. So a lot of us had that passport for coming up on 10 years. And we've also talked about a lot of countries not allowing you to travel if your passport is getting to your expiration date, getting close to. So that could be 9 months, that could be 6 months. It depends on where you're going. Yep.
Hey, y'all, it's your girls of 𝗕𝗏𝒂𝒗𝒆𝒍.
And guess what? Our Patreon membership is free until the new year.
That's right. No cost, just vibes.
So unlock exclusive content like behind the scenes of our trips, extended brunch abroads and goddess meals,
plus bonus Q&A sessions, and you'll be the first to know about all the amazing things we have upcoming.
Period. So don't miss out on a chance to get VIP treatment. Click the link in our bio and sign up today.
Let's keep traveling and flying sexy together.
Period. On where you're going. Yep. So you can now go online, renew it. It'll get sent right to you. Upload your updated photo. I would assume. Yes. And it'll get sent to your house. So just kind of alleviating that process, because we all know the passport process is so extensive.
It is. And I recently read that the processing times are going back up. Ugh. I know. So
I feel like a bunch of people are renewing, because like even like I'm coming up on like, okay, I need to renew. Like I would say probably like halfway through this year, it would probably make sense for me to renew. Yeah. So yeah, I think we're all kind of getting into that place of like, if you started traveling towards your adulthood, you probably got a passport around those like early 20s, and it's like, time to get another one.
Yeah. And also it mentioned, in addition to millennials needing to renew, because that was a point, it also said that people are just now getting them for the first time because they're interested in traveling. Mm-hmm. So there's a higher demand for travel, which now increases the need for people to apply for passports. Yeah. So between both of those and a couple of other factors, the processing times are longer. Oh, Jesus.
I'm going to just renew mine before this quarter ends. And this conversation is giving me anxiety.
But you know, my plight is not that mine is going to expire, but it's that I don't have no more space.
Yeah, yeah.
When recently on that trip to Peru, when I got to customs, we was Diddy and the Bull.
I'm dead.
I was looking at him. He was looking at me.
You like, you better stamp it.
He was flipping through, looking like, you trying it, because where is the spot?
This is expired.
He was like, where is the spot, babe? Yeah. And I was like,
if they don't have a place to put it, could that be an issue?
Bro, I don't know, because I've never experienced
that's interesting.
it.
Like, I mean, I feel like it's always somewhere to go.
Like, I'm like, you
on top of somewhere, on a page. Like, you know, like y'all be wanting a whole page. Sometimes y'all be putting it in weird places.
Yes.
I be like, why did you put it in the middle of the page? Like,
see, there are 4 quadrants.
Exactly. Sometimes they like will put it like, I'm just like, this is a little
that makes me very annoyed because this is like prime real estate.
The whole page. Yeah.
Like.
But nevertheless, you can renew online, and I'm going to do that soon because I don't want to have anxiety when I have these conversations.
I'm also not able to renew online because I have to change my last name.
Yeah. A process.
The drama.
I'm dead.
Anyways, next up on the 2025 travel updates that you should know, Brazil is also implementing an e-visa.
All of the places.
Yeah, so starting April 10th, visitors will be required to have an e-visa. So I shouldn't even say that they're implementing it. They're now requiring it as like, it's not an option, it's the standard. So now you have to do the online visa process, or AKA the e-visa. It is an $81 expense.
Yeah.
So again, be prepared. You know, you don't want that cutting into your
exactly, to your expenses.
Your travel budget now.
Now you can't get your nails done because you got to pay for the visa.
Now you can't get your nails done because you waited 48 hours, girl. Like, be smart. Nevertheless, the approval is good for 10 years. So
that's good.
Once you do it, you know, you'll be able to, you know, frequent Brazil and enjoy the experience.
It's the length of a passport.
That is good, yeah. So, you know.
$81 is steep if it was a one and done. So
yeah, so I guess if you divide that by 10 years,
I better be going every year, but
couple of dollars a year, you know, you'll be all right.
So next we have China. So China has some updates to their visa process. So Americans can now visit China for up to 10 days without having to obtain the visa, whereas before, if you were just going to China, you still had to get a visa. So now if it's vacation, leisure, quick in and out, and I think that's also because they're getting more people to frequent for just quick vacations versus like, oh, I'm here for business or, you know, so they're allowing you to come for up to 10 days without having to worry about all of that extra documentation in the process. So that's nice.
That is. That's like, in my opinion, that's a really big move for China.
10 days is steep. So it's like, that's the amount of time that you will vacate there anyway.
That's the amount of time you would vacation there, Jen.
No, I would not be there for 10 days. That is too long.
You gotta go to different places.
I would not be there for 10 days.
But most people, believe it or not, be in China for 14, 21 days. Like, they be going to different places. Jasmine is like, absolutely
10
not.
10 days is more than enough. Like,
I feel you.
I
feel you. It's not me. I'm not most people. I'm not 14.
But yeah, no. But if you're going that far, I do understand going that far and, you know, making it a 3-week. When I was in Morocco, they were like, you Americans, you holiday so quickly.
Yeah.
Like, you are just so in and out
say that about us.
About vacation. Everything. And I was like, yes.
Why, yes, I am.
Yes. That is me.
Yeah. Jasmine will tell you every single episode. 4 days and 3 nights.
I have other places to be. Other places to see.
That's facts. But yes, 10 days without, you know, the visa requirement. It's super great news. Yeah. So if China is on your travel list this year, that's good to know.
One less thing to do.
One less thing for sure. And then last but not least, on our 2025 travel updates that you need to know, the new travel protections for airline passengers. I know we mentioned this late last year that it was coming in 2025. And so this is huge because essentially the Department of Transportation is holding airlines accountable.
As they should.
Like, y'all can't keep doing to people like this and getting away with it.
They be doing us dirty.
Dirty.
They be making a lot. And I think when they run the numbers, they realize, like, you make a lot of money off your mistakes. Like, a lot of this profit is off of us screwing up.
That's a good point. Yeah. So with that said, the Department of Transportation requires airlines to automatically refund passengers for canceled flights and or major schedule changes that occur during your travels. In addition to that, travelers can also get refunds for excessively delayed baggage. And excessive means more than 12 hours if it's domestic, and between 15 to 30 hours if it's international travel. And then, which I love, they also are requiring them to reimburse you for services that don't work.
That's hilarious to me.
That in-flight Wi-Fi that didn't connect until the last 30 minutes of the flight, give me my money back.
Yeah,
according to the DOT.
I was like, why are you saying y'all got Wi-Fi? Like, what's wrong with y'all?
I use it. So don't play in my face, because I'm going to get you every time.
They need to refund a portion of the airfare if the free Wi-Fi don't work, because they be lying.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. You know, we're working with the Department of Transportation, doing what they can for us now.
All right. I'll take it. But no, these are all great things. These are all great things, especially with the excessive delays. Because it's like you can still get something out of that.
Yes.
And I think that usually the cancellations are a little bit easier to kind of have a conversation about, but those delays, they'd be like, sorry, stuff happens.
Now, I will say that the airlines are pushing back a little bit with these policies, and not saying that they're not going to adhere to them, because obviously this is a government mandate. However, the gag is, if you want to take advantage of some of these benefits, you also have to realize that you won't be traveling.
Yes.
Meaning, like, I'm not giving you a refund and still letting you take this flight.
Absolutely.
So you're going to have to pick your poison.
Absolutely.
If the shoe fits. Now, granted, there are instances where you are entitled to both, but that is specific to your airline.
Absolutely.
Not specific to the Department of Transportation standards. So you do have to make sure that you're doing your due diligence and making the most informed decision, because if you decide to take the refund,
you're not going, boo.
And you literally are in the middle of your layover, how are you getting home?
That's a bad decision.
Yeah.
But if you're at home and it's been 15 hours and you're like, I can call a hotel.
I'm not going.
I'm not going. It doesn't make sense. Like, and it's like, I'm not going to take a L on this flight because y'all messed up. Just give me my money back. I'll reach out to the hotel, receive, what I can. But that's also the tricky part with that day of travel, because, the day prior, 2 days prior, 3 days prior, you can still have a little space to kind of maybe get a refund depending on the hotel policy and stuff. But once you're at the airport, the hotel, like, we thought you was going to be at 3.
Yeah.
Like, we understand, but the room is literally waiting for you.
Yeah.
Like,
it'll be here tomorrow when you get here.
It's got your name all over it.
Yep. So don't just think that you're getting your hotel back.
Exactly. That you're going to get a full refund. So use those 15 hours to go through those terms and conditions.
Yeah.
And see what makes the most sense for your bank account. Because sometimes, the flight can be the majority of the package or whatever. And you're like, okay, well, I'll lose out on the $200. I already missed the whole day.
Yeah.
And just give me my $800 back for this flight or whatever. So.
But definitely visit the customer service dashboard website. We've talked about that before. That's a little bit different from these new protection updates, but the customer service dashboard is there to show you, based on the airline that you're flying with and the inconvenience that you're experiencing,
what they're
here
willing to
is
do.
what you're entitled to. So that is separate from this new update with the DOT passenger protections. But again, more of the story is there are resources out there to advocate for you should you not be working with a travel advisor that would do it on your behalf. But you can be empowered to know that you're entitled to something. You're leaving here with something today.
Yeah, because people get so frustrated and just walk away. And I'm like, I get that, but do not leave the airport.
That would be tough.
Do not leave the airport. I understand. Go take a breather. And then go downstairs. You don't got to talk to the person that you've been, like, I understand. But do not leave that airport with some sort of understanding and some sort of return. Like, walking out of the airport because you mad is crazy.
Right. Now, like.
Now you want me to work magic. Why you leave?
Why do you leave? Don't even leave the terminal.
Where are you going?
Now you back through. at the check
with
TSA,
no
you don't have a boarding pass.
Where are you?
Don't leave the terminal.
Do not leave without getting clarification.
Don't go down to baggage claim. Like, no, once you do that, you're out.
They be like, I'm at the front. Why did you go to the front? Don't do that.
Like, there are designated customer service desks within the terminal.
Absolutely.
Don't leave the terminal unless you are prepared to depart this airport.
Yeah, and they try to set you up. Sometimes they be like, the manager down at the front. Why would you, like,
don't listen.
No, no. I was watching a clip of that. She was like, the only way you could talk to a manager if you go to the front. The front of the airport? You trying to send me all the way back out? I'm not gonna be able to get back in.
They lied on Jesus too, so people lie.
Don't do it. Don't do it. She was like, you could talk to me or you could talk to the manager at the front. I said, oh, she is trying to set you up.
Absolutely not. So please don't leave the airport until you get what you're entitled to.
Absolutely.
Please. All right. Most shocking travel update of 2025 or most inconveniencing?
I would say both is the Real ID Act, because girl, when are you you are making a grand entrance, like
fashionably late,
very much CP time, like girl,
not CP time on
and
the
then
Real
y'all
ID.
still starting in the middle of the year. Like, it's not like y'all had it together at the top of the year. We need till May. Why?
You've had 10 years.
It's in the airport. You already have the marketing materials. I am so confused. Now you gotta go reprint everything. Like,
the amount of money that has been
put into talking about this, please happen on May 7th.
2025.
Please. I am begging you. I can't wait to get a Real ID. Can't wait to use it. Like,
because they are stressing. Okay.
I want to have it framed at this point.
Like, I got it.
Finally, I got my hands on one. Like, Jesus. So yeah, that's it for me.
The drama. Oh my gosh.
Hey y'all.
Hey y'all. Hey. We know you're enjoying the episode, but we just wanted to remind you to leave us reviews.
Yes, you guys are always telling us in our DMs, messaging us, letting us know how much you love the podcast. And we're like, we love the feedback, but let's get it on paper.
Please. And of course, if you have suggestions of topics or destinations that you'd like us to cover, shoot us a DM or send us an email.
Yes. Now let's get back into the episode.
Gosh. For me, as a lover of all things Europe,
yeah,
baby, that European Union, ETIAS, or whatever they're calling it, the European Travel Information and Authorization System. Why is that so long? Why? That is a very European thing to do, to make that so long.
Like,
y'all don't care.
ETIAS is crazy.
I don't even know if that's right, guys, but that is,
it's what we calling it now.
Yes, because I'm not saying that long thing every time. Nevertheless, it's stressful and I'm over it.
Yeah,
but I'm going to adhere because I need to be in Greece,
because, like,
and Italy, and all the
turned
places.
Around, like, on your way to any of these places are insane. Now I'm like, wait, okay, so you go to Iceland or Paris, and then you're like, I want to go to London. So now you have to do both?
Both.
Y'all stressing me out. And like, I want to go to Europe and do both. Like, what is happening?
Know the people are going to Paris and London.
Are going to,
and they're taking a train.
Europe is stressing me out. Do I need it on the train?
Probably.
Oh my God.
Once you cross over the border, the conductor's coming around. Let me see.
Let me. ETIAS, please. I'm like, I do not speak French. No, thank you.
No, gracias.
Oh my God, I was saying Spanish in Morocco so bad. And I'm like, I've been trying, like, y'all know last year I was really trying with my Spanish.
But why are you using it in Morocco?
Why did I take it to Africa? I'm tripping. Oh my God.
That is hilarious. But that's kind of very much Philadelphia.
I'm like, I feel so ignorant, but I just been trying so hard with my Spanish.
No, gracias. Morocco. No gracias in Morocco go hard.
I'm an idiot. They probably think I'm so stupid.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my gosh. Nevertheless, that is going to stress me out. Especially to your point of that I'm going to Paris, I'm going to London, I need all this paperwork.
Yeah, that's nuts.
It's going to be crazy. So be proactive is the moral of the story.
Yes,
okay?
please. Be prepared this year. Because we don't want to see y'all turn back around.
Or this is the prime example of why you need to be booking with the travel advisor.
Period.
Because we're going to set you up for success. You're going to do all of this DIY stuff on your own and you're going to miss something.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot. It's a lot. Unless you listen to this episode on repeat, then you'll figure it out. But I think it's best to get with your girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just let us do it.
Because if you didn't know, but now you know today, Jasmine and I are both a part of Travel Goddess International, which is a full-service travel agency that can assist with bringing your next vacation experience to life.
Yes. So whether you are looking to go to any of these destinations with these new travel stipulations, or somewhere that's a little bit more of a breeze, either way, we got you set. So visit travelgoddessintl.com and we're going to get you on your way this year.
We will get you on your way this year because it's 2025.
It really is. It doesn't feel like it.
It is 2025. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
All right. And it's time for the travel deal of the week.
Yes.
Because these are the ways you're really going to be outside this year.
Period.
Okay. Travel deal of the week. 6 days and 5 nights.
That was perfect for me.
Great.
That's exactly what I did. 6 days, 5 nights.
6 days and 5 nights in Marrakech, Morocco.
I'm telling you, it's perfect. Perfect timing.
Early February. So for those of you that are like, you need something real quick, real fast, this is that. Tomorrow. With round trip flights via British Airways from JFK. Now, granted, you know, if you see British Airways, 9 times out of 10, you're connecting through London. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's where I experienced the Cologne mishap.
Yeah.
So be prepared for that and fill out the form.
Please.
There we go.
Yes, because British Airways typically, you're going to London on your layover. From JFK with 4-star accommodations at this extremely French named restaurant that I am not even willing to try. 𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏.
You did good.
Okay. But there's a second part of it where I'm 𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏. Sure. Nevertheless, it's really cute.
It is.
It's very cute.
It sounds like the name.
It's very cute, very posh.
It looked like the name, yeah.
It's real cute. And all of that, guys, $860 a person.
Yeah.
To Africa.
For
6 days. In Morocco at this super posh, cute French resort.
With this tough name.
Because, baby, you only get one out of me. Yeah. One try.
That is crazy. $860 is what I might have spent on my flight.
Yeah.
And that I thought was a steal at the time. It was green.
So, it was green.
And it was literally probably the same flight out of JFK via British
London.
Yep. So, yeah, that's a steal.
Yes. And that is your 5-night stay and your flight.
Yes.
All right. So if you know, then you should probably get on this.
Period.
Of course, it is an exclusive travel deal, so a premium membership is required.
Yes.
And if you didn't know, also the premium membership then went up. We tried to tell you last year.
We repeated it.
We kept trying to tell you, okay, yesterday's price was not today's price. Nevertheless, it's still very affordable, and you would still get this entire trip for less than $885 a person.
Yeah.
So you really can't beat that. And do they have brunch in Morocco, Jazz? You was just there.
I didn't go to brunch in Morocco, but the food in Morocco is amazing.
I know.
And they definitely got champagne, so close enough to brunch.
Period. So with that being said, it's time to get brunchy.
Yes. Oh my God. I've been so excited to get back to brunch abroad because y'all know I love brunch.
Yes.
So this is actually going to be my next brunch, or possibly, hopefully. So Nior, Nashville. I do think it's Black owned. Hence the name. You know we love that. They do a $25 house champagne. And I mean, I don't care if you know me. It's brunch. It's whatever. I'm here to get lit. Also, their cocktails are reasonably priced. So I'll do the $25 house, get a couple cocktails. That works for me. But they also have $75 a Bel-Air, which I thought was really good for
$75 bottles.
Yep, $75 a Bel-Air. So if you want to upgrade the house champagne, get a little better champagne, you can get that. And the food look great. Y'all know Nashville.
Them eats.
Come on.
Them eats,
The food
baby.
hit every time.
Oh,
Yeah.
we had some good food in Nashville.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of brunch in Nashville, the place
You better not say cinema closed. Cinema closed? I know
That's
you
why
lying.
I had to go find a new place because I was going to go there. Because I was like, everything about the brunch experience was amazing.
It's worth going back.
It was so good. I was like,
from top to bottom.
I'm going back. And then I went for dinner. I remember I told you,
Yeah.
and it was like lackluster. And I was like, oh, I'm going back for brunch. This place was amazing for brunch. Went on the website, permanently closed.
What?
And the restaurant was so beautiful.
Even if they just kept the speakeasy open at the top. What?
And even when we went for dinner, it was busy. When we went for brunch, it was busy.
Yes.
I'm like, it's me trying to do the math. Like the math is not mathing. Why are y'all closed?
Oh, man, that's a hit. Dang. If y'all go back and listen to our Nashville episode, you will understand why we are devastated right now.
Such a great brunch.
Because cinema stole the show of our Nashville
I'm
trip.
Going to Nashville to go to cinema.
Literally.
So maybe
Literally.
I did my research first, but I just assumed that.
Dang.
Yep.
Wow,
So,
that's
I am
that's
sad about that, but I will let you guys know about
Noir.
and if it's good.
Dang. That's a killer. All right. Last but not least, question of the day. Question of the day, Jasmine. What destination are you most looking forward to visiting in 2025?
That is tough. I really don't have a lot of things on the docket yet.
Okay.
And I've really been trying to spend time with like creating my travel list, and I'm stumped a little bit.
You know, I don't know how I actually have some things planned, because normally I'm the person that's like, whatever the vibes are, I'll be there.
And that's what I think this, like, and y'all know last year I was like intentional, but I think this year is giving like a vibes year. Like, I'm like, I kind of want to go back to Mexico. I kind of want to just
go back to Mexico. I don't even understand why we don't have
Jamaica.
that book.
Like, I want to just go, like, I'm even thinking about maybe going back to Cartagena. Like, I'm like, I kind of want to just go back to places.
Yeah.
Where like last year was great. Don't get me wrong, a bunch of new destinations, but I'm like, I think it's gonna be like a go with the flow type of, maybe even like domestic little weekend trips and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're gonna see.
Yeah.
How about you?
I
know you got some stuff on the books.
I do, and I have a lot of new stuff coming up. So I just did Peru, which was awesome. Then I have Turkey in March.
Yes.
Then I have Brazil in May, and then I have Thailand in October. Those are like the things that I know
that you're doing
I'm doing, and those are all new destinations. So I'm like, those ones, which one am I most looking forward to? And that's tough because those are
all very different too.
And they all have been on my non-existent but existent travel bucket list.
Yeah, no, those are all like very different but dope destinations. Yeah.
But I think if somebody made me choose today, I probably would say the one I'm most looking forward to is Turkey.
I knew you were going to say that.
Because you know I love a layered experience.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I knew you were going to say
and
Turkey.
I kind of can
You would think
of what I'm gonna get.
You would think people would be like, oh, like the other ones, because they give like a little bit more fun. But I'm like, she's gonna say Turkey.
Yeah, because I'm like, I kind of think I know what I'm going to get in Brazil and in Thailand. Yeah,
but with Turkey, you really don't know. I'm like the food, how's it gonna be? Like, you know,
So I'm like,
all I know is them hot air balloons.
That part.
That's all I know.
That part.
So I will be like very intrigued as well.
Sidebar on the I will be very intrigued. Have you heard that Instagram is considering doing away with story highlights?
No, that's interesting.
This is why I'm like, do I go back and finish my Peru, or do I?
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I heard it.
Dang.
Heard it.
That's interesting.
Loud and clear from the, the Instagram girlies that tell you all the tips and tricks and all the stuff.
That's so interesting. I wonder why.
They said because they want to give profiles a cleaner aesthetic.
I was thinking that. I was like, probably just because it looks messy. But
y'all know that is a hurt.
Yeah,
for your girl.
That sucks.
But I also look at it as a positive because that really just means that I need to go back into my highlights and really create like actual travel itineraries and then just put them on the marketplace.
Yeah, that's true.
So that way
it never goes away.
Yeah, because I know people go back and watch my highlights to get inspiration because they'll comment and I'm like, well, this is from 2 years ago, but I know you're watching it because you're about to go on this destination.
Yeah, I even go to my highlights when I'm trying to sell people on certain stuff. I'll be like, oh, here, look at this. Look how much fun I had.
So, so I don't know. There's no deadline on it, but you know how Instagram, Bree, you
never know.
I was gonna say you will go update your app and then it'll be gone.
Yep, literally.
So don't wait. If you got highlights that you could possibly monetize by creating an itinerary for them.
Oh, great. Now more anxiety, more work.
I'm just saying, because that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Last but not least is browse our travel guides.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So if you want those itineraries, which obviously will be adding more.
Yes.
You can get them on the website.
Sure.
And there's a bunch of great ones on there, a bunch of destinations.
Yes. And new ones added all the time. So please definitely take a look at the travel guides and get more inspiration for your 2025 travels. Even if you aren't going yet, this is going to tell you what to do so that you can be excited when you go.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the episode on YouTube and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Yes, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at @𝗏𝗏𝗏𝒏𝒂𝒗𝒆𝒍. You know, like, comment, share.
And of course, if you have a product, service, experience, all the things that you would like us to experience and then share, shoot us an email, info@𝗏𝗏𝗏𝒏𝒂𝒂𝒄.com.
Yes, and leave us reviews, like whatever platform you're on, whether it be Apple, Google, Spotify, those are preferred. Leave us a review, YouTube as well. Let us know what you like, not what you don't like. And let us know if there's things that you want to hear, any particular destination, properties, or anything that we may have mentioned or that you're interested in. We'll do a deep dive. Just let us know.
Please let us know because we really do want to feature your reviews this year.
Yes.
Shout you out for your 5-star recommendation and just show you the love that you show us every week. So please, please, please provide your feedback. I think that's our episode.
I think that's it. Are y'all still saying Happy New Year?
I'm still saying it.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. But like low key, drop it in the comments. When is the cutoff?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, people are getting mad about that. So I'm like, I don't want to make it. I don't want to tussle. Y'all know me. So I won't say it.
Literally just mad about life. It has nothing to do with the fact that you're just saying Happy New Year. Like
I didn't see you yet. What the heck?
Like, who peed in your Cheerios? Like it's not that deep. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, y'all. We see y'all next week.
See you next week. Bye.